For the past year, I've actually been using a drone to capture landscape and also outdoor photography and videography to great success. It's been a lot of fun, it's been crazy, it's been challenging, it's been a whole new world to actually try and maneuver that drone into hard to see places to be able to capture footage that no one will ever see in their lifetime. And as an adventure photographer and videographer, I have to live in two different worlds. The first one being the adventure world, where I have to pack super light in order to make sure my travels are nice and I don't really have to like exert myself a ton. Like, you know what I mean. And then on the other hand, in my second world as a videographer slash photographer, I want the best of the best. So that means a good camera, I need good equipment in order to record the best and to do all the things that I need to capture the scene in how I see it. And as an adventure photographer slash videographer, it's hard to combine both of those worlds to find that happy medium of having a lightweight solution that's easy to pack, but also still captures what I see effectively and also beautifully. And I think the solution to both of those worlds is the DJI Air 2S. So let's talk about one of the most important things in drone photography and videography is the batteries. They're pretty good in my opinion, but I wish they would kind of be a little bit better as an outdoor photographer and videographer because I just want to maximize my usage. And for me, what I found is that 2 to 3 batteries actually last me around 1 to 2 days, depending on my usage. On the controller, the battery's actually been phenomenal. The site says that it has a 6-hour battery, but I've gone well past that easily. So what I do is after every trip, I just charge the controller along with the batteries, just to make sure, especially for those long trips. The second thing to note on the DJI Air 2S is actually how mobile and usable it is. It's been really awesome to film canyoneers going down some amazing canyons, rappelling down waterfalls, and see a different perspective. Kind of get a bird's eye view on what's happening. As far as flying the drone, it's been extremely easy to use. When I first picked this up 6 months ago, I had actually never flown a drone before. And what really helped me as a beginner was actually having those sensors both on the top, the bottom, and the front and the back to be able to kind of help maneuver some of those things. Especially when you're in canyons and you have the close walls or like hidden rocks that necessarily you can't see as well. It's been nice to have those and the sensors go off when you're close to them to kind of help you keep the drone safe. DJI says it has up to a 12 kilometer or about 4 miles away range on the controller and also the drone, but honestly, I don't trust that. Places that have a lot of wireless interference with, like neighborhoods or cities, I wouldn't trust it to go very far away just because of the interference. But in the middle of the desert, I would probably be a little bit more comfortable going that 3-4 miles, but really I probably wouldn't. So just exercise caution when you're going through neighborhoods and cities and things like that, not to fly too far away. One little thing that I found to kind of be annoying was how loud it was. Granted, I'm flying these in canyons that kind of echo or big open places that tend to be quiet, so having a very noisy drone draws a lot of attention to yourself, which I'm not a huge fan of. I kind of like to get things naturally and not forced. So here's a basic test of what it sounds like. Up at the top, you'll see the decibel level of the drone recorded by my phone. And at the bottom of the screen, you'll see how many feet the drone was above the ground. So just keep that in mind when using the drone. If you're looking for something smaller, I would probably recommend the DJI Mini 2, but you're going to be sacrificing a lot of the cool features that come with the Air 2S. So up to you. So for me, I'm just compromising between the high noise and between like a higher sensor and better video and photos and being able to maneuver it a lot easier in places. So, pick your poison. But that brings us to the video quality. The Air 2S actually has a 1-inch CMOS camera sensor, which is pretty dang good. Actually, one of the reasons why I chose this, because of that larger sensor, it's better for low light and capturing things in more detail in a higher dynamic range. Up to a 5.4K camera at 30 frames per second, which is great, and even a 4K at 60 frames per second, but be aware it is a crop sensor after 30 frames per second at 4K, so keep that in mind. Another reason why I chose this drone was actually because of its ability to film in 10-bit and in D-Log. which is phenomenal. I've been actually using the D-Log and the 10-bit as my standard for every time I record videos. And it has worked out so nicely. And it's super nice because you can use up to a 256 memory card in the drone to capture your footage, which is awesome. And as an added bonus, they added an 8GB internal storage just in case if you forget that memory card. I've only found myself using it once, and when I did, I'd quickly run out of it and kind of be really mad at myself for forgetting my memory card. So, you know, don't forget your memory card. But not only does it have a great sensor, but it actually comes with some really unique features to help you capture that video. Like first is the master shots and quick shots. So master shots and quick shots are actually pre-coded flights that actually take video of you. It's pretty dang cool what it can do for you. So one of them that I did was the Cyclone. It goes around you and shows you the entire surrounding area, which was phenomenal in some of those really cool places, especially like this one in the canyon. One complaint I do have is that these master shots and quick shots can't be shot in D-Log, which is really annoying because I use D-Log for the rest of my videos on that drone, but yet I can't with this. Like, I don't know. Drives me a little bit nuts sometimes, and I have to remember that. And so color grading it is a little bit harder, and sometimes it comes out a little funky, but you know, you kind of go with it. However, I know it's a little bit annoying, but honestly, the quality of life of it, just being able to throw it up into the air and just quickly press a button to have you take some beautiful shots is kind of worthwhile in my opinion. So kind of the last few thoughts. If you're going to be using this for any extreme sports or outdoors activities, I would highly recommend the DJI Refresh package. Like when you're doing these activities, you don't know what kind of elements you're going to be up against, whether it's water, sand, even just crazy gusts of wind. All of these things can be damaging to technology, and it's really nice for when those accidents do happen that you can just pay $100 or so and get a completely new one. Gives me a lot of peace of mind knowing that I'm trying my absolute best to take care of these drones, but accidents do happen. So buying this peace of mind has actually really helped me to be able to maneuver a little bit safer and kind of take some of those riskier chances to be able to capture some beautiful footage. Peace of mind is always nice. The second thing is ND filters. It's only really necessary if you're trying to capture footage close to the ground or your subject is really close. However, if you're super high up in the sky and you're looking down with your drone and kind of slowly moving along, it's not necessary because your subject isn't moving really fast. So just keep that in mind for the right motion blur that you're looking for. All in all, the DJI Air 2S is one of the most amazing drones that I've ever worked with. I've been able to capture some amazing videos and photos from this tiny little 1-inch sensor. I've been astonished with what I can do with this tiny drone and actually take it into some very diverse places. Like never would I've thought I would be able to take a drone this good, with this good of video quality, into tiny little canyons, into waterfalls, into anywhere, and actually be able to capture the footage that I need to be able to get it done. So all in all, if you're looking for that right middle ground between light and also great video quality, this is the drone for you.